Welcome. I'm glad to have you join us for today's session. Our primary goal is really to empower you as the evaluators in the performance management process. This is why during this session, we will explore vital components of your role as evaluators in effective performance management. So in this session, you can expect to get information. I'm going to be able to provide you guidance on evaluating employee performance effectively. We will explain the process and criteria for scoring employee evaluations, and we will also discuss the quarterly check-in process just a little bit more. As you work with the individuals on your team on how to create their performance management plan, as has been discussed in the previous training that you attended, and as a reminder, when guiding your team members on how to create a performance management plan, you as a leader should reiterate the following things. We should reiterate the mission, vision, and values, the Harris County public health strategies, their SMART goals, and then also the individual development plan. And remember that those cascading goals that LaShondra talked about as well, part of your SMART goals. So all of these things are going to help us to achieve and have an effective evaluation plan process. These are all the things that are going to help us get there. And that is really what we want to do at the end, is just to make sure that as managers that you're having a great experience and that you're having a great experience um, along with the team members who are going through the actual evaluations for their performance. All right, as an evaluator, you will be evaluating your direct reports on three categories, as mentioned already: the core competencies, the goals, individual development plan. And if you remember, LaShondra did a great job discussing those in the previous training. Evaluating employee performance is a crucial aspect of management, and it is essential to approach it with care and fairness. So, to ensure a productive and respectful evaluation process, let's look at some of the things to take into consideration when getting ready to do the evaluation and provide that valuable feedback. The first thing you're going to want to do is understand that the performance management is truly an opportunity for the development of your team members and ensuring alignment between organization and individual goals. It's always wise to approach the evaluation process with the mindset that it is a catalyst for growth, helping team members recognize their significance of their contribution with the organization's strategy, mission, vision, and values. Contrary to some belief, this tool is not meant to punish or as a gotcha, but it really should be looked at as an opportunity for growth and continued development for all involved. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question and I want you to provide your response in the chat. Just respond A or B. If you were receiving feedback for your performance, would you prefer to hear A, your time management skills need work, or B, you missed the last two project deadlines due to overlapping tasks resulting in delays? Let's strategize on effective scheduling and prioritization to meet future deadlines consistency. Which one of those would you like to hear as feedback? Oh, look at that. Yes. If you answered B, you would not be alone in this group. Excellent, everybody. Great job. That's exactly what we want to see. Is that really reinforced positive feedback that is useful and actionable. Okay, so another question you could ask, referring to your performance, would be, so let me know which one of these you'd like to hear, prefer to hear. Your customer service skills are lacking, or B, During the last interaction, there were delays and uncertainties about your product features. Let's enhance your product knowledge and response time for better customer satisfaction. Excellent. I love it. Yes. Yes. Fees all around. Yeah. Excellent. I love it. Okay. Great job, everybody. Lots of bees. All right. As you probably noticed, one feedback is extremely vague. Try to avoid being overly general in your feedback. When you aren't specific and descriptive, this evokes feelings of defensiveness rather than openness to change because it involves broad judgment and it's going to invite counterpunching rather than a productive discussion. When you provide feedback, it is crucial to be specific, focusing on observable behaviors rather than general characterizations. This ensures objectivity and provides a clear understanding for the employee about what needs improvement. Vagueness often leads to misunderstanding and defensiveness, hindering the growth process. So great things to keep in mind. Okay, another key aspect is to ensure that feedback is actionable. Simply highlighting issues without providing guidance on how to improve can leave employees feeling lost and demotivated, and that's definitely not what we want. By offering constructive suggestions and a clear path to improvement, you foster a sense of support and direction, making the evaluation process a collaborative effort towards development. Moreover, it is essential to create a conducive environment for open communication. Encourage a two-way dialogue where employees feel comfortable sharing their perspectives and challenges. Active listening plays a vital role in understanding their concerns and fostering a culture of trust, which is fundamental for fostering a healthy and productive working relationship. Additionally, during the evaluation, it is super important to provide a context for the feedback. Linking individual performance to organizational goals helps employees understand the significance of their role in the larger picture. This fosters a sense of purpose and encourages a commitment to achieving common objectives, thereby aligning personal growth with organizational success. And as you evaluate your team members, remember that recognition of their achievements and strengths is equally important. Balancing constructive feedback with positive reinforcement acknowledges their efforts and motivates them to continue performing well. And I think that is what we all want. Acknowledging accomplishments creates a sense of appreciation and encourages employees to continue to strive for excellence. So in the end, remember that the aim is to work together and succeed together. Now that we've covered the essential aspects of providing effective feedback, let's look at how to score using our rating system. You will assess the individuals in your team in 3 areas on an annual basis. And those are going to be goal setting, development plan, and of course, the core competencies. The result of your assessment will be inputted into SimplyGov, our dedicated platform for performance management. Although the actual uh, assessment, is done on an annual basis, you will be having quarterly check-ins with your reports to touch base on how they are performing in these 3 areas. And we will talk more about those shortly. So how to conduct the annual review. You can also try incorporating these performance review best practices for managers. So these, I think, are very effective suggestions that are going to enhance that experience for everyone involved. So number one is going to be prepare yourself and guide employees about how to prepare. Both parties should come to the performance review meeting prepared to discuss specific areas of strength, areas for growth, and future goals. Follow a structured agenda. This will help you. This will help keep conversations on track. Share agenda with employee in advance. Emphasize strengths and positive progress. This will support a strengths-based approach and maintain employee engagement and motivation. Number four, provide examples. Providing examples ensures a fair and objective annual review process. And five, identify clear next steps. Ending the annual review with clearly defined next steps gives purpose to the conversation and guides future growth and development. Now let's take a quick look at the scorecard. So as you can see in front of you, LaShondra did a wonderful job of going through the scorecard. So at the far left, you have the letters, and then each letter stands for one of the. So E stands for exceeds expectations. A is for above expectations. M meets expectations. D does not meet expectations. And NA basically is just too new to rate. Okay. And then you will use that scorecard to fill out the core competencies on your right. Okay. And as we go through this process, as we go through each core competency, there are some really good questions that you could ask, and these are just examples, right? These are not the only questions that you could ask yourself to help you prepare for that, for when you get ready to do the rating, but these are just helpful. So if we look at the first core competency in organizational leadership, some effective questions might be, how does the employee's understanding of our mission and ethical values manifest in their decision-making and interactions with the team? For collaboration, can you identify specific instances where the employee has actively contributed to fostering an inclusive and collaborative environment? How did their actions impact the team's dynamics and productivity? For innovation, could you provide examples of how the employee has demonstrated adaptability to change and contributed innovative solutions to challenges within their role or projects? For interpersonal abilities and personal characteristics, in what ways has the employee showcased respect, self-assessment, sound judgment, and other interpersonal skills within their interactions with team members and stakeholders? For communication, some good questions to ask would be, how effectively has the employee conveyed complex ideas and information, both verbally and in written communication? Can you provide specific instances that highlight their communication skills in action? Goals and development plan. How closely have the employees set goals aligned with the organization's objectives? What steps have they taken to achieve their goals? And how has their progress contributed to the team's overall success? Okay, so once you've gone through and done the rating, once you have scored your employees, but before you review the results with the individual employee, a signature is required by the executive director, chief of staff, and chief people officer for overall ratings of exceeds expectations and does not meet expectations. Note, please, that that is only for the overall evaluation. Okay, so as you're going through the each core competency, you could have team members that score in exceeds expectations or does not meet expectations without requiring the three signatures. The three signatures is really just needed anytime it fits in the overall evaluation score of exceeds or does not meet expectations. Okay. Effective and impactful performance management no longer hinges on annual surprises, but thrives on consistent, meaningful check ins. We want to foster ongoing communication and feedback so that employees feel empowered and informed. So, how do we do that? Well, we do that with our quarterly check in. And some interesting things to keep in mind as you're going through these quarterly check ins that will help you be successful. Um, Address obstacles and challenges that are hindering your individual progress for your team members. So use guiding questions like, how can I help you overcome obstacles? And what support do you need to achieve your goals? Right. And then like go back and use those awesome active listening skills to create that environment of trust where they will share those things with you, so that you can help them overcome those obstacles and challenges so that they can be successful in achieving their goals. Acknowledging success and wins. So we want to encourage team members to share their successes and accomplishments. I mean, we all love to talk about ourselves and the awesome things that we're doing here at work. So allow them the opportunity to do that. You can ask guiding questions such as, what are your wins? And what have you succeeded in since our last meeting? Okay. And remember that the purpose of the quarterly check-ins is to ensure that there are no surprises during the annual review. Okay. It's also going to help us increase open dialogue and communication, and it's going to re-emphasize your role in supporting and guiding their progress. And remember, as you move through and as you navigate through this process, during the evaluations, you are not alone. You will have your HR business partners at your fingertips, right? You can reach out to them. They will be there to help navigate you and direct you and answer any of the questions that you have as you move through this process. Okay. All right. And that is basically the training.